What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the red color, playing as Poseidon. His name is TSM Player. His partners today in the blue color, playing as Isis. His name is Gold Lion. And rounding out the team in the purple color, playing as Poseidon. His name is AoM Mosca. Their partners, or their opponents today in the yellow color, playing as Ra. His name is Jorge El Curioso, also known as Mariano. His partners today, Army Corps, playing as Loki. This is a very rare sight. And finally, rounding out the team in the light blue, sky blue, teal color. His name is Redo. We do have the map Alfheim. And yet another very, very high level game. For those, I mean, most of these players don't need a whole lot of introduction. But for those of you who are uninitiated, Redo was a player, I believe he came... I want to get this right, so I might look it up. But he participated in one of the earlier versions of the Champions League. I think he participated in Champions League Season 1, Age of Mythology, Wikipedia. I want to make sure I got this right. I think he came third in that tournament. There we go. Let me just make sure that's right. No, he came second. He came second in that tournament. So Rito is a player who's been around for a while, and it's just such an incredibly high-level game, high-level gamer. So there's Redo, for those of you who don't know. Army Corps, for those of you who don't know. He was around way back when everyone else was in diapers, and was one of the players who really abused Uranus to the nth degree back in ESO. He competed with Magyar. He took series off of Magyar back in the day. Really, really strong player. He just kind of messes around in team games now for the fun of it, but he's still got that fight in him, so to speak. Mariano, obviously, he was actually the winner of the Challengers League Season 1, and he has come leaps and bounds since 2020, and he is one of the strongest players in the Age of Mythology community right now. Mosca, I haven't seen a whole lot of him, but from what I see on the Vibli ladder, he's starting to hit that upper echelon, that 2K plus from time to time. A very, very strong Greek player, Poseidon player, very, very strong as well. We do have in the chat that Reader's been around since 2006 as well. Been around for ages. Just that he's, even in recent years, he's arguably one of the best players currently playing. As Gold Lion here, he's been participating in like RTSL for ages. I wonder if that's in Wikipedia. Hold on, let's see. Gold Lion. Let me see. Gold Lion. Where's his extended list of results? He's been around. He's been playing for in RTSL since season 23. How many seasons of RTSL have there been? 32 seasons. He's been playing since 2015, and he's had first place finishes in team game tournaments since 2015. That's absolutely wild. Goldline is a monster, and obviously TSM player needing no introduction, probably being part of the reason why Goldline had that victory way back then. So we'll see how it goes. Relics on the map here. Head of Orpheus, 8 building line of sight, not that useful. Scales of October Plus, also 20 crush unit vulnerability for your myth units, not that useful. The Trio's Bow here is always going to be worthwhile. Extra 2 range for your archers. Odin's Wand, reduction in temple temple technology cost. Monkey head, 3 monkeys. That's not the best of relics here, in all honesty, guys. Book of knowledge, no. I mean, his necklace probably worth picking up, but not the best. Really, really early prosperity here for Gold Lion. Let me take a look at this. I've been considering the idea of Why is this not working? 1. I've been considering the idea here of ISIS going for an early prosperity and getting an immediate 3 town centers at 4 minutes and 30 seconds. I don't think it works because you also need to have the food income going to boot, but there's a world where it might be a valid strategy, utilizing an early pickaxe and still getting a 4:30 advance time, skipping monuments, using prosperity. You might be able to get that advance time and get those town centers down straight away. Could be a way to play for ISIS if you're going for the massive booms in team games to have a little bit more oomph in your keystone, as we see the thing finishing up, and Gold Lion does get himself this town center. He does have pickaxe, and he can grab this town center as well. So this might be what Gold Lion's idea is, and in fact, it absolutely is. It's just a little bit behind what I think is possible. I think it is possible. I'm gonna have to do this after the game and do a quick build order check and see if it's a thing that's doable at all. I'm not 100% sure. Anyways, TSM player now out on the map here, fighting off Redo's early game Chiron Ajax shenanigans. Everyone's grabbing their second town centers over here on this position. Jorge El Curioso already has his second town center, already casted Rain. He's got himself those 12 farms there. There's this build that literally every top RA player is doing in team games. The reason why you don't see it in 1v1s is, for the most part, is that it's just too risky. If you go for it and your opponent puts any type of early game pressure on you, you end up just not getting your town center up and losing in around 6 minutes. But in the team games, it's really, really hard to traverse the map and stop that town center from getting up. So as long as you go for the back town center, you don't be too greedy, you're able to get yourself this 5:15 advance time, get yourself a second town center up, and get a really, really efficient heroic age out of this. And it's basically going to be like an 8-minute-ish heroic age here for Mr. El Curioso. If we tap some buttons, I think I already have that button tapped. Maybe no one's getting any upgrades here. I don't know. As rehearsers dropping out, all the good stuff happening. We do see a third town center now coming down for TSM player, as well as Redo not really doing that just yet. We do see, is that a villager kill? TSM player with the villager kill here, as Chiron's going to come through and deal with this one. One thing that I don't see players, and this doesn't really matter here because Redo wasn't, not Redo, TSM player wasn't paying attention there, but one thing I don't see players doing really well with the Chiron, and this is one of the reasons why Chiron is really, really strong, is I don't see the players getting nice and close to the myth unit and ensuring that they can kill that one off. So long as you get close to it, it won't be able to run away. As we do see, Hathor is already 50% of the way finished. As the relic gets dropped in, head of Orpheus for TSM play. It's not a bad relic. It's obviously pretty good. An extra 8 line of sight. It's just not a must rush relic. As Scales of Catopoulos also going to get picked up. There's also that, the Eye of Horus is down the bottom. That's a fantastic relic there for TSM player to grab. It's going to give him a solid advantage over Redo. 6 population might not seem like a lot, but 6 population is the difference between, basically having 6 extra in the late game, having 6 extra donkey caravans in your opponent, and also being able to afford 3 military units on top of that, which is really, really important. As Moscow, does come through, gets pushed back there, loses the center. Migdol Stronghold coming through. And we do see Skin of the Rhino on the way here for Mariano as well. As walls coming up all across the map, it's these players. A lot of the Greek players, especially a lot of the new school Greek players who are coming around, they are very, very wall centric, very, very wall focused. I mean, let's think about this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 villager kills with a locust. That might seem like a good use. And you very well might be correct that it is a good use. But how many villages does Curse hit? 3 villages? 4 villages? And an army? Locust might seem like a great god power, but that use there seems like about fair, in all honesty, for a heroic age god power. As we see some archery rangers coming up. This army corps roaming around the map. He's got himself his 2 town centers. He's motoring ahead in this game as best as he can. As the walls over on this position going to be getting torn down. Both Greek players here. 3 town centers on the map here. Hoplites coming through. More units coming in. No real walls up besides this wall here for Redo. I wouldn't mind seeing like walls up over here, protecting this position here with a wall. Over here, this is walled up nicely, but you can take all of this space here as well, which no player has yet attempted to do. As the Army Corps Herser, a little bit too scared to engage this army of Gold Lion with a very peculiar army. This is bizarre. Normally, you don't see this from ISIS players, but Gold Lion going for the 3 town centers here. He basically has to go for a classical fight. He's got the farms up around his town centers, just trying to pump those up. Doesn't get the cheap farms as they're sitting at 70 gold where that's concerned. As Army Corps going to be retreating away from here. And the Sentinel going to get a little bit of chip damage over here, but TSM player looking to break through a little bit, but you have to basically, yeah, you kind of want the units out so you can be on the map and prevent your opponent from expanding and taking the map for free. But basically, you don't really want to fight until much later in the game. Army Corps already up through Bragi here. Not a whole lot happening for Army Corps in this in the start of this game. Is now the El Curioso, the Jorge El Curioso cavalry coming through, causing some problems here for Moscow. Moscow's got all the walls up though, so it's not a whole lot of problems here. As Aphrodite has clicked up a little bit late on that one, if you ask me, considering not a whole lot of villagers are out, not villagers, but units are out here for Moscow. But Mariano going to break through. We do see a cheeky wall getting thrown up here as Restoration gets dropped onto this position, and TSM player will have to retreat back. TSM player playing as Poseidon here, not having access to Restoration himself, can't just trade that one off, and there's not a whole lot of reason to just click ceasefire because you saw Restoration, especially when playing into a Loki over here. As we do see Mariano now taking this opportunity to secure the position right in front of Moscow's town. And I like this play. Get in here, get the Migdol up, put pressure onto your opponent. Just so the Chariot Archers trying to take down the Hippolyta and everything else in this position here. There's Army Corps coming through here, going to break down the gate, see what he can do. There's the Curse getting dropped down onto this position. Did it pick off any villages? Maybe that one? I don't know. Picked off 6 units. About the same as Locust. Feels good. Apollo on the way, though, for Redo. This is going to be the big difference maker in this game, is that Redo's got Underworld, and Poseidon does not get Underworld. But there is double ceasefire to play around, said Underworld, so it might not be that big of a deal, as we do see TSM player going to be dropping that fortress. He's already kind of geared up to going into the Toxotes ball that he needs for the late game. Not even the late game, the early Mythic Age, where you want Ball of Toxotes, you want Colossus, you want Heliopolis, is my contention, at the very least. We do see a Curse getting dropped over here. The Physis is already clicked up for TSM player. Doesn't look like Redo is focusing as hard on that one, as he's rather getting his economic upgrades and everything else. As Horus is now coming through for Mariano over here as well, as he's ready to absolutely bash through Moscow's base here. Also, another thing here is I believe that Mariano still has Shifting Sands, which is a very, very big mid to late game god power that can really change the aspect of the map and break a lot of problems here. So we do see the answers. The clips getting dropped in as Goldline wants to push through. Those slingers are going to be doing a good amount of damage to the Chariot Archers, as Army Corps is just left. He just left Mariano here completely open for this attack. As the Ancestors come in, they're going to be able to break down this position, which Mariano's put so much effort into. As the Slingers are also doing work against the Chariot Archers of Mariano as well. As the units coming over here trying to drop down towers and everything else. As the Herser breaking down this wall, going to be trying to break in the TSM player's base here as he tries to come over and pop down another wall here as fast as he can. He drops the wall nicely. Will he get it up though is the big question. I don't know if he will. There's only 20 HP on the center of that wall. As the unit's going to break straight through here. Looking to come in and get some big damage. Hell coming through. Hephaestus coming through for Redo. And an Army Corps here as well. So we do see the Migdol just about to fall as the Mythic Age comes through there for Mariano. Did he end up going for Tornado? Or did he change it? No, he is through Horus here. Question is, where is he going to drop that Tornado with TSM players back town center starting to get taken out? I wouldn't mind seeing like a... I mean, don't really want to use Tornado on a Poseidon player. Probably want to use it on the Isis. As Mosca trying to break through onto this location here. He's got Gold Lion Siege Towers coming in as the double onto TSM player, while the double onto Mariano. Who's going to be better at surviving here? I wouldn't mind seeing Tornado get dropped here. I'm not going to lie. It doesn't do a crazy amount of damage to units, but you would suck up all of those Toxotes as TSM player decides in this moment to click the first of the two ceasefires, which these players have got. And Army Corps says, you know what? Longhouses are coming. Do we see fortresses up here for Redo? No fortresses for Redo. He's got one coming up, but it's not going to finish until the end of that ceasefire. This is a big mistake. Not having this fortress up means no Heliopolis are going to come out. And while this is all going on, we do see that TSM player is back in this position, but he can't defend against these Battle Ball. Can't defend against these Battle Ball easily at all. But because of the ceasefire, and because that fortress is not up yet, this means that Redo not going to be able to make this push as well as he might like. However, what he could do is he could underworld these units into this position, take this out completely, take out this army of TSM player, allowing those Battle Ball to clean up that town center. As we do see Masons coming through here for TSM player, as the Nidhogg going to get dropped in onto this location to try and take out the Toxotes. Flaming Weapons does get dropped. Redo dropping the Underworld patches. There's another ceasefire, right? Am I wrong? Yeah, there's another ceasefire. Still no clicking of the ceasefire? Rampage coming through here for Army Corps so we can pump out these Fire Giant much, much faster. As obviously, there's a world here where maybe Mosca can get this town center down and then click ceasefire here himself, as that's exactly what he wanted to do. But the damage has been done, though. I don't know if this is worth it. The damage has been done. Army Corps' Flaming Weapons, only 15 seconds, 20 seconds remaining. All the buildings are in. All the army of TSM player was taken out here. Gold Lion moving over into this position to drop siege works and everything else that he can over there. He does have his army coming in. He's got that Son of Osiris going to be traversing the map here. The town center in ceasefire with only 4 villages is never going to be enough, but Mosca knows that. He's going to send a handful more villages in to attempt to finish this one off. Will this be in time, though? There's also 3 siege towers ready to take the town center down immediately here. We'll see if that's going to be a problem or not. I mean, the villagers can take the siege towers down quite quickly. But we'll see. We'll see if this is going to be advantage Army Corps Redo over here or not after the dust settles. Slight advantage for Team TSM player Gold Lion Moscow while this is going on, as a tornado does get dropped here onto the town center. But look at this. Architects is on the way. Architects is on the way. He's got fortified town centers. This town center is not dying to this tornado at all. There is, excuse me, a Redo Colossus here, which you could utilize to finish this one off. I don't know if I like that tornado in the slightest by Mariano, but he does go for it as the town center of TSM player about to be falling here as the army of Moscow breaking through Mariano's base here very, very nicely. Mariano's got nothing left. He's found himself in a really, really difficult position presented with... Oh, those are Gold Lion siege towers. They're not even Mariano's siege towers. So the buildings are just going to drop. Doesn't even get the champion chariots out. Mariano now starting to make himself some spearmen here. He's getting himself that spear on the horizon to allow his spearmen to break down or survive a little longer while they're trying to take out the siege of Moscow. As it looks like there's a bit of a blitzkrieg coming through here from Moscow, as he's just taking everything out before any sort of units can get over and defend that. As Gold Lion now coming through, he's got the catapult, taking this one out. We haven't seen any attempt to kind of break through this town center, but the walls are up, so potential Petropolis could come here to tear down that location. But look at this, Army Corps now has the town center. He's got the hill fort up, and the question is, can Redo and Army Corps continue fighting on this position? We do see the that's weird. Only 2 militia popped out of that fortress there. That must have been a Redo fortress. Where'd the militia come from? I don't know. We do see the underworld passage has been taken out. Redo's got a handful of villages he could bring back over here and build up some buildings here as well. The trade route is also in trouble, rightly noted by Solo there, as the main base of Mariano has been absolutely cleaned up, as the Toxoid is just cleaning these villages. They do have Skin of the Rhino, but even with iron upgrades, it's not going to matter because those Toxoides, they do so much damage. Just missing out on iron weapons, but that's just going to be coming through as we say it wasn't in. As Moscow continuing to push forward here. Towers coming up on this position here for Moscow as well. Now the Heliopolis here, targeting down Mariano's town center there. Both players are going to be getting cleaned here. Both teams are cleaning the left flank. Army Corps, or actually probably more so Redo, needs to come over here and defend Army Corps, defend Mariano, allowing the chaos of the Loki, Temple, Rampage, all that stuff to come through and just break down all of this stuff. But it's yet to click here for Redo that he needs to get over and make that happen, because if he doesn't, then not only is Mariano going to be cleaned in this game, but so too is Army Corps' main base going to be cleaned up here, as Mariano is bailing his villages for the time being. He does have a crazy big trade route already up there. So Fire Giant doing a good amount of damage here. The Son of Osiris over there is now going to start getting targeted down by the Ballista as those Herser chase that one in. More buildings getting taken out. Catapult trying to deal with everything there as the forward base of TSM player is going down here. TSM player trying to hold this one here as well. Question is, does Son of Osiris have funeral rights? It looks like it doesn't, but that might be a bit of a, what do you call it? Not a bug, but I guess it's a bug. If units are garrison, things get a bit strange. Sometimes, I'm not sure when they get strange, but I feel like they get strange. Like if you right click on this, it shows it's got no upgrades, but like no upgrades. But if you right click on this, it shows upgrades. So let me check it and see if it does. So yeah, it doesn't have funeral rights. It's got bronze mail and shields there. As the units here of Moscow still breaking through. Another town center going to go the wayside of Moscow in this game. Still no effort into defending over here as Redo trying to just break through. It's just like, you kill me, I kill you, and we're going to go in a bit of a ring around the rosy, trying to migrate villages and see how things are going to work. As the temple getting taken down over there. Doxodes getting some good damage done. Villagers are going to try and slow this down with some shanky action, but the Toxodes, as soon as they start focusing villagers down, They're going to be getting cleaned very, very quickly here. I'm really liking that that word today, aren't I? I'm sorry. I can't help it. I find a word and I'm just like, let's just nail that one in. As we do see a siege tower has managed to pop out. We'll stop the town center for a little bit here. As TSM player is doing his best job trying to defend over here. As the fire giants trying to break in and clean up this middle town center. The fire giants, mountain giants coming through will be able to take the town center down. That Son of Osiris is not safe here with a handful of ballista coming through as well. As where is what is the game plan here from Goldline? Where's Goldline's army gone? He's only got a handful of units here. I don't know what the game plan is. This Nidhogg does end up falling there. The Son of Osiris also ends up falling. And not only that, we were talking about this. Now, not only does Mariano die, but so too does Army Corps, as Mosca is just literally just walking through with these Heliopolis and just destroying every building in his path. He's got nothing in front of him but buildings, and he's got the siege to take it out. These buildings, I mean, TSM player is dead now, though. He's got nothing left apart from what's on the front here, and that's going to be killed off very, very shortly. He's got 0 town centers. The villagers making a break for it. This town center here will go Army Corps to Army Corps' advantage here, as now finally Rito has sent some villagers over here to try and help out, but is it too little, too late? As the Heliopolis coming in. Heliopolis going to do what they can through onto this position to take out the fortress there. As TSM player retreats up to the top corner. What god powers are left? Mariano still has Shifting Sands. Once this is taken out, Shifting Sands up here. Shifting Sands these units of Redo up to here to defend on this position and get this position back would be a great idea. But not going to happen. Mosca taking his 7th town center in this game. Does he have a monumental trade route as well? He is trading to what looks like himself here, as this town center has been taken down. Nice play here from Mariano. He's all spread out all around the top side of the map here. Beautiful, beautiful play trying to play around all of this, these problems that Mosca is presenting for him. There's now the town center over here. Looks like Army Corps going to attempt to grab that for himself. The Fire Giant Ballista composition in all of its glory, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to just be a nightmare for Goldline to deal with. And not only that, he's also got Redo pushing through here as well. As, not only does he take the town center down, but the trade route is moving through here as well, as Mosca going to lose a lot of economy as this town center falls. Mosca going to try and grab this town center. How is his economy looking at the moment? No, wrong person. He's got nothing really left. He can't, I don't know if he can afford all of these town centers. His trade route is still moving forward here, and Mariano is more than happily taking it out. So we see a cheeky little granary farms coming up as well there. And Mariano is going to attempt to drag himself back into this game, slowing down the Mosca. This is, funnily enough, this is exactly what I think the Germans learned in World War II with their Blitzkrieg strategy. They stretched themselves too thin, right? And then once the enemy regroups and pushes back in, everything falls. So the lesson here is don't forget to put buildings around these positions. Don't forget to get more stuff in. Don't forget to keep your economy going and keep pushing forward. It's really, really important. As history lessons, I'm really not the guy to talk about the history because I don't know it amazingly. But nonetheless, Mosca's aggressive expansion here is being absolutely shut down. As the Fire Giants breaking through onto this location here with, this just such, it's so brutally strong. You do see a mummy coming through for Goldline, though. You can actually target the mummy down well, I mean, if you target it straight away with enough fire giants, I think you can kill the mummy before it gets its special attack off, as long as you get them all attacking at the same time, I believe. Not sure how many it is. Maybe it is 5, but good trade nonetheless. Trading 1 fire giant for a mummy is always worth it. As both teams are basically on a bit of a timer where that's concerned, as the town center is still trying to come up here for Army Corps. Redo coming back in to try and clean up these Moscow town centers. He's cleaning this one up here as well. This one here for Redo is coming through. Army Corps now down to 1 town center. Though, if he gets this one up, it's going to be a big help for him. Has he spread out anywhere else? He does have the gold mine in the middle. No, but one very small ox caravan here roaming around the map. Where's the market? I think he's lost everything, in all honesty. So Army Corps in a very, very difficult position now. As Rudu comes over, Mariano going to be able to claim this town center back. He's got this one back. Mariano on the comeback. In pain, but never out. Never out of the game. It's Moscow trying to get this town center back, but he doesn't have any units over here. Well, he does have some units over here. It's just going to attempt to get that one back for himself here. Meanwhile, Army Corps gets himself 2 town centers. Trying to hold in this position against a myriad of different units here. And we also see TSM play with a sneaky raid now onto Redo. Where's that shifting sands gone? I can't tell. Where are units that they shouldn't be? Anyone know where that shifting sands was? I guess he brought the Redo units up here. That's my guess. He brought the Redo units up here, and now Mariano can claim his town center back. Redo now getting himself Seekers of the Titans as well here. But that's now Redo's the one with 7 town centers. Bam, bam, bam. Thank you. Look at the trade route. Like how many? He's only got 25 donkey caravans. Now, for those of you who were ever in this position, and you're like, how do I manage 7 town centers? How do I manage having 240 population? Well, the way you manage it is instead of, because you got a limit of 80 villages, right? Instead of just saying, "Oh, I can't do anything in my economy. I can't manage to support this 240 population of units." Get yourself more trade. Push yourself up to 140 economic units in terms of trade route. 60 trade units. Until you can support, keep getting that going up until you can support your population. That's the way to make it work. That's the way to survive with all of that, or make use of all of that extra population. You can also attribute those resources extra over to your teammates, which can help out as well. There's Moscow now on the back foot. In his main base. Town centers here for Moscow. 2, 3, or top team Moscow, I guess, is 2 town centers, 5 town centers, 6 town centers, as I don't know what else they can do here. Is there an Underworld? No, Underworld was used ages ago. There's no God powers remaining in this game, bar the Titans that are going to be coming through, as Reader now getting himself that Titan. The town center in the middle of the map here falls for Gold Lion, as the bases of Moscow, Gold Lion, and TSM player are absolutely crumbling in this game. Redo getting himself this town center as well back. He did lose it, but he's going to immediately rebuild that one, as we see more units getting trained out here for TSM player to slow this town center back up and kind of slow Redo down a little bit. But Redo's now running through the main base here of a Gold Lion with his army over up on this position. A little bit of a standstill, but Redo's going up to 8 town centers with this one and this one being built here. Will he be able to manage this Army Corps with 0 town centers at this point, because TSM players raided them nicely with the Tyroi onto both of these positions? Nice play where that's concerned, as the Colossus is going to be tearing down the hill fort as well. But in that moment here, TSM player Gold Lion and Moscow do decide to take that tap out. What a comeback here after Mariano was absolutely erased from the map. He sneaks up to the corner. He gets the units back in. He takes down the town centers. Moscow, spread too thin, also loses that trade route that he'd set up. didn't get the economy he needed to support the like 7-8 town centers that he had, and he just could not carry from that position. And TSM player did a great job trying to do basically the same thing that Mariano did, but Mariano just did it that little bit better. The TSM player did. He got himself back into this game. Army Corps sitting at the top score with 0 town centers. That's not something you'll see all too often, ladies and gentlemen. Checking the post game out here ever so slightly. Look at this Army Corps kill-loss ratio. 461 to 140. My God, what a kill-loss ratio there. If you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.